I think my hope for this is that there is a broader participation because it is a virtual event, that there are people from all over the country. We get a lot of responses when we invite people that they live in Texas or they live in the East Coast, and boy, it'd be great to be able to get out here and participate. But now, since it is a virtual event, that anybody in the country or anybody in the world can participate and be a part of this, not in just bidding, but actually being there live while all of this content is being shared. It is not a pre-recorded session. It will be live, and what happens, and we'll see what goes on in the space at the same time of interviewing these great people out of their own homes, and seeing what they have to add to this event. Hi, my name's Craig Kausen. I'm the chairman of the board of the Chuck Jones Center for Creativity. If you're interested in finding out more information about the Red Dot auction, watch the rest of this interview. So I guess the inception of the Red Dot auction, the fundraiser, our primary fundraiser for the Center for Creativity, started, well, it must be 12 years ago, because we're now on Red Dot 12. And the idea came up from one of our former Center for Creativity members, Robert Patrick, and he said, well, what if we do an auction and we ask artists to donate works of art, but the difference is, what if we put them on the wall with no names associated? Everything is anonymous, and so that with the idea, and everything starts at the same price, and so and then it goes up, and the idea being that you bid on what you love, not on what you think you should love, and so, or what you think is important, and what speaks to you. And we had 42 artists donate, including some works by some pretty renowned artists, including that year secretly put in a Chuck Jones work of art under a pseudonym. We listed all the artists, but we didn't identify which ones they were. And so that continues. It's evolved a little bit over the years, and the Red Dot pricing and the opportunity. And Red Dot means that you get to buy it now. And so the artwork has a opening bid, and there's bidding that goes on, and then there's a buy it now price, and that the opportunity to actually say, I don't want to fight for this anymore. I go ahead and Red Dot it as a buy it now. And over the years, it has evolved into, we've had as many as 200 works of art donated to these, and events with hundreds and hundreds of people attending, and the energy and the activity of the closings and each of the artwork, the battles that go on still for these anonymous works of art, really is a unique environment that I haven't seen before, and I certainly haven't seen since. But it is one of the cornerstones of our fundraising efforts each year, and so that's how it started, and it continues today. The Red Dot 12 will be primarily a virtual event, and so we've got hosts of Ben Olson, one of our board members, and also one of our great artists that we represent, and who started the Chuck Jones Center for Creativity in Chicagoland. He's opening up a new center in Central Florida, so it continues to propagate across the country. Also a host will be my mother, Linda, Chuck's daughter, and my brother. So I'm left out in the virtual world this time. I'm going to we're doing a very small in-person reception for the donating artists who have given their artwork, many of them every year, and our sponsors who continue to support the event and the Center for Creativity at the Kidsium, which is part of the Bowers Museum in Santa Ana, and we've just started to collaborate with them. So there will be an in-person side where we'll feed the virtual programming into, with the contributing artists and the sponsors in Santa Ana at the Kidsium space. And so we haven't done it this way before, but I'm sure it'll be wonderful. We've got Byron Howard, Academy Award-winning director of Encanto and other Disney films, coming in as a special guest virtually. We've got Eric Goldberg, who is, as Chuck noted, probably the best classic two-dimensional animation director and animator of our time, and some other special guests, including Eric Bauza, the current Looney Tunes voice, will be joining us during the event. So I would encourage everybody to tune in and see what happens at the Red Dot 12 virtually this year. I certainly have, and we reached out to some friends originally as far as artist friends who we thought might want to participate. And certainly our goal as the Center for Creativity resonates with many artists. And so they understand the importance of creativity and art, and they have gladly, many of them year after year, donated to the auction without asking for anything in return. And it has continued to propagate the importance of creativity and art into young people. And so I think that is important to them, that what they understand intrinsically inside of them, we have an organization that allows that message to go out to many, many people. So gladly, we are very fortunate to have so many artists and just general public who are interested in donating. And so it has continued to evolve to include many large internationally collected artists. We've had pieces donated from Nick Park, from Wallace and Gromit. We've had Eric Goldberg donate. We've had, and he's actually in the auction this year. But many artists, Fabio Napoleoni, who's an internationally collected artist, has donated many years in a row. And so that, I think, is the basis of why. I think asking them individually what it is. And Chuck was one who, whenever someone asked him to assist, he almost always said yes. And so I think that idea of saying yes to something, even if it isn't a benefit either financially or otherwise, back to Chuck, and certainly in this case, he donated artwork, he donated his time, he donated his participation in so many things. And so I think following that lead, many of the artists are wonderfully, and we're grateful that they are participating in that. I think this unique, first of all, the team, the hosts, between Ben and my mother and my brother, these are wonderful storytellers. Ben is a wonderful host of artists and celebrities. He's an artist himself. He understands all of these things that are being talked about, and he's a wonderful interviewer. I'm looking forward to the interviews with Byron Howard and Eric Goldberg and Eric Bauza. They are part of the history of animation and art in our society. And so I'm looking forward to that. I'm also, because I get to host the in-person artist and sponsor reception, I get the opportunity to see some of these contributing artists in person and thank them personally. So and I like being able to go in and see the artwork. All the artwork will be there in person, and I will be able to feed some of that video back into the actual virtual programming so that people can see it. You can see everything online, and all the bidding will be done online. We're using a new platform called Network for Good, which allows for bidding to be done from your phone or your computer. And I truly hope that there are wonderful battles going on, that people will be outbid and they get furious and decide that they have to buy it now, or get into fights with number 72 and 144 bidders are going back and forth. And so I think there's going to be a fun dynamic within the event that we haven't seen before. And so I every year at the Red Dot is a little different, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what the dynamic this year is all about. My name is Craig Kausen, happen to be one of Chuck Jones' grandsons, and I'm the chairman of the board of the Chuck Jones Center for Creativity. And if you would like to get involved or find out more information about the Red Dot Auction 12, go to chuckjonescenter.org. There's information about the fundraisers, about programs, about how you can get involved. So I look forward to seeing you and hopefully having you participate in the Red Dot 12 fundraising auction on June 25th.